So this right here is a Samsung TV. I do quickly want to go out into my living room and show you that I have a couple of different TVs. This right here is an LG 86-inch TV. Now I also have another Sony 86-inch TV that's literally, I know, right? Everybody's like, what do you mean? Why do you have an 86-inch Sony TV in your closet? The reason is because I wanted to set this one up, and apparently it wants to automatically swap. It literally knows that I'm about to make an Amazon video for all of you. You click it, you go down, and you have all these adjustments. This TV is incredible. I'm intentionally adding this to the very beginning of the video, or part of the beginning, because people need to know about this, because your image quality is going to be terrible. So if we go over here and go into all settings, what you're going to go to is expert settings, and it's not the contrast. There's a contrast option here. Contrast enhancer. This is terrible. Turn that off. Now, with that said, let's get back to the normal portion of the video, because this TV is absolutely incredible. This is an incredible value. The picture on this, I honestly like the picture, like the picture more than the LG TV out in my living room. Now, I also want to say the interface of this is superior to both the Sony TV and the LG TV. Now, there's a couple of things that I do not like about this TV that I would like to show you guys. And that is, okay, so here we go. We got the settings. So the settings are pretty limited. With that said, I gotta be honest, dude. Every single option that it has. So this right here, we got standard, we got adaptive sound, and we got amplify. I personally like amplify because standard, even when you crank it to the maximum, it does not get very loud. All right, so we got adaptive sound. This basically sounds like standard to me. I'm pretty sure that this kind of just like evens the amount of audio. Now the remote is a little bit awkward. And you're gonna get used to it, obviously, but it is a little awkward. Like, you got like these knobs and you got to push up for the volume, and then the channel is the same way. You push up. It's not like a button that you push. However, with that said, I do kind of like it. I'm just getting used to it, and the reason that I like it is because you're not gonna like accidentally hit like back, whereas the LG remote and the Sony remote, it does that. So if I come here, hopefully I can adjust my picture now. Alright, so we got, sorry, here we go. So we got eco, we got mode for movie, we got filmmaker mode, we got dynamic, which is really nice, I like that, and then we got standard. The reason I have it on standard is because I'm in my room and I like to relax to this TV. Okay, so now back to the normal portion of the video. This right here is what I wanted to add towards the beginning, because this is what's going to make the picture quality really bad. It overly sharpens everything. It does everything. Remember that TCL TV that I was talking about? It basically makes the image quality to that level. It is really bad. Do not choose this. Now, really, man, this is all, we're in the in-depth settings right now, for everybody that may have, okay, you're watching it, so I'm a little bit confused. I just really wanted to show people that contrast option, because anybody that gets this TV and is unaware of how to get into your settings and watches some content is going to think that this is a bad TV, and it is not. It is that contrast option that is terrible. This TV, I prefer it over the LG TV. I prefer it over hold on. Let me attempt to explain what I'm trying to say. I prefer this over the LG TV, and I prefer the interface over the Sony TV. Now, picture quality, Sony is unbeatable. And the reason Sony's TV is unbeatable, now I want to say Samsung does an incredible job with this. So if we come, would you please, is my like battery dying, or is it trying to like connect to my whatever lights here? You know what I'm gonna do? because I think that's what's happening. It's okay, yeah, it was interacting with my RGB lights. We got Bluetooth problems. So anyways, the TV itself is incredible. Just the blacks you can see. Like my phone would be, all right, hold on. Let me like actually close my door so that you guys can like, this is why I put this in my room. You see how, all right, I'm going to adjust my phone so that you can see the black area. Pay attention up here, okay? Because my phone is definitely going to pick this up. All right, you see that? So the only time you're going to notice like, man, I really wish that there was a way for me to, okay, here we go. That's actually a better example. Now, what I'm trying to explain to you is the Sony TV, this is pure black. It would be pure black, and this would be pure white. And the reason you kind of get this glowy effect with the Samsung TV is because it has the lights on the border. With that said, you can see they do an incredible job with it. This is like, this part right here is kind of the only like black, you see how it like the brightness is like all around, and then this part right here is a little bit darker. My phone is doing a really good job at showing you this. However, my eyes, when I'm looking at it, my eyeball, I cannot tell. And video, like when you're recording with a phone or you take a picture, that is how you're able to identify this. Whereas if I was using the Sony TV, it would like, Sony doesn't have the lights that are going around the border. But either way, I really just wanted to show you guys and talk about this TV because it is such a good value. It is such a good value TV. It is so nice. The interface is incredible. The only, if I had to pick between this and the LG TV, this would be 100%. Now, this is going to be option that you're going to have to choose from. The Sony TV does not have 120 FPS. The Samsung TV does not have 120 FPS. The LG TV that is out in my living room does have the 4K 120 FPS option, which is why it is out in my living room near my computers and all my gaming consoles and that kind of stuff, because that is a very good TV for video gaming. It has game mode, so does this. This has game mode as well. And then Sony's also has a game mode. But the reason I'm explaining that is because this is 60 Hertz, and the same thing with the Sony TV. It is also 60 Hertz. So you need to keep that in mind. If you are a gamer with a very high-end computer like I have, and you want to play video games on your TV, because it is a fun experience. It is very cool to be in, like, where I am right now. Imagine just sitting in front of this TV playing a video game. That would be pretty cool, right? I agree. It would be pretty cool. However, I have a mini PC that it's actually funny. I'm literally setting it up right now. That just barely came in the mail. I'm installing like all my games from the Epic Games Store. I got Launchbox to install like all my ROMs and the emulators and that kind of stuff. And I also have that 12 terabyte Kinhank drive that I got from Amazon that I'm going to be setting up as well. It's just not here yet. That's taking forever to get here. But that's a long enough video doing an overview of this TV. It really is, man. I cannot recommend this enough. If you are a video gamer, the LG TV is probably going to be a better option for you if you have a high-end PC. If you do not have a high-end PC, keep in mind this is an 86-inch 4K TV. If you play video games on your TV, you need to, I'm just being real, you need to be playing it at 4K. 1080p does not look good on one of these, okay? At least for a video game. And to be completely honest, even shows, but that is not the TV. That is not the TV's fault. And yes, there are some AI options that you can enable, but it does not do a good job at upscaling a 1080p image into 4K. So you know, that's also another area that, so keep in mind, the Sony TV is much more, okay? And I really need to point that out, because you can, I'm only comparing this to the Sony TV because it does a really good job with the picture side of stuff, okay? But we also need to keep in mind, and we need to keep our expectations realistic for something that is 4 times the amount. All right, so I highly recommend this TV. It is a good value. Just make sure, if you are a gamer with a high-end PC, that you do your research. But something cool about this TV that the LG one out in my living room does not have is you have the option to, here it is right here. So you can play games on your TV, which I think is pretty cool. And you don't need anything. Now, obviously, you're going to need one of the subscriptions, but I do think that this is pretty cool, you know? So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I really wanted to make sure that I mentioned that contrast one. I honestly almost forgot. And just make sure you turn that off, because it does impact the picture quality. And at least for me, I don't like the way that it looks. It looks unnatural. It looks overly sharpened. And it's the only way that I can think to explain it is, you know how you have a phone and you record on your phone, and then you like put it on like a big screen TV like this, and everything is like overly sharpened. Whereas if you had like a, let's say, a Sony camera or a Canon camera, and you recorded the same thing in 4K, it would look natural. It would look like you actually just, you're here. Whereas the phone, it doesn't look natural. The edges, like everything else is perfectly fine. But the reason they do that is because you're recording on a small phone. So when everything is sharp, it makes that picture look, it looks nice because it's sharpened on a small screen. But when you blow it up onto a big screen like this, it looks terrible. So yeah, highly recommend it.